Hey y'all, I'm Emily and welcome back to Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. I just got home from work and looked outside and I have a lot to harvest today. And I wanted to take you along and show you what the fall garden is looking like to this point. And Harley has little zoomies. The flowers in the backyard are making a recovery after that pretty extensive heat wave that we had in Alabama. So it's looking pretty again. For a while, they just looked miserable. But I'm finally having some pretty things back here again. Now, this side of the flower bed, of course, is still looking tired and overgrown. But at this point in the season, other than mums and a few other things, I probably won't do much else. But they're still growing and looking beautiful. But let me take you over to the in-ground bed real quick and just show you how much the peppers are producing right now. It is crazy. Banana peppers, Cubanelle peppers, poblanos, habaneros, jalapenos. Look at all those habaneros. I'm just blown away. Plenty of weeds, but there is so many peppers that I can harvest today. So I will have a busy weekend preserving everything in the vacuum seal bags. But they are just the prettiest peppers. And all the plants are loaded. And they're good size too. I'm going to show you Harley. He has the zoomies. Go, Harley, go. Go, boy. But he still acts like a puppy. Yeah, my sweet boy. My sweet boy. Yeah. Love you, little bud. You got the zoomies today. I can't keep you on camera. You're going too fast. But today I definitely need to do all the peppers. Get those in my bowl. Definitely harvest basil. But I'm so pleased that the flowers are making a comeback. And it's been, y'all, what week are we in? Three, I think, of my fall garden. And I think the peppers are enjoying the cooler weather now. Like they're not struggling as much, but it's still mid to high 80s. So we have a cayenne pepper plant. Here's a ghost pepper plant. Let me show you all the ghost peppers. And there's, considering like that it was just tiny when I got this thing, and it takes a long time for it to grow, there's still a lot of fruit. And then this guy is a fish pepper. I purchased this from the Master Gardeners Association plant sale. I had never really heard of a fish pepper before. They are pretty spicy, but I purchased it just because I thought the variegated leaves were pretty. And we have, I think these are, yep, zucchinis. I probably need to thin down to one per pot. Garbanzo bean, squash, more squash, and jade bush beans. And then this is where we had all the tomatoes. So all those are ripped up. I put some squash, garbanzo beans, and carrots. And of course, the wind kind of didn't keep the seeds where I put them because I sprinkled all the seeds around the edge. But of course, when I watered and with the wind, they kind of just clumped up. And that's a weed. And I think that died. I'll pull that out too. That's a lettuce. Also carrots, garbanzo beans, and mushrooms that are at the end of their cycle. For whatever reason, this time of year, I'm getting mushrooms in this bed, which I find odd. And just show you the other angle of my jungle. So we're walking back around to the other side of the greenhouse. And these are the plants that I purchased from the Master Gardener Association. They're all the perennial plants. Like I have yarrow and other things. Weeds. If you see a weed, pull a weed. The Alaska Shasta daisies that I started from seed. They have not flowered yet. And y'all, these are the pots that were supposed to be the banana cream daisies. And that's not banana cream daisy. But they're beautiful. Just don't know what they are. More carrots. My poor hydrangea plant. I will probably just go ahead and snip the branch and let it be done for the season. I'll let it rebloom next year. So let's take you into the greenhouse. So at this point, I realized that my mic decided to completely quit on me. So we are currently in the greenhouse and we're looking at all of our fall starts we started together. All the daisies, carrots, broccoli, cabbage, all the fun stuff. And yeah, I don't know why my mic decided to just bite the dust on me. But now we're outside and we're looking at all the peppers. And I'm playing with Harley. He has had the zoomies lately and I just love it. He's quite the old man now. And whenever he has the zoomies, I decide to just take a few minutes out of my busy day and make sure he knows that he is a very well-loved old man. Or not man, puppy. So we are just looking at all the peppers that are still growing in the fall in the in-ground garden bed. And y'all, there is a lot. I am just surprised at all the peppers that are still growing. There's tons of blossoms on all of the plants. Habaneros are just so abundant. And I'll say it again, y'all. I don't really like hot peppers. You know, I make the hot sauce and the cowboy and cowgirl candy. But I don't gravitate to like want to eat the hot peppers. I mostly enjoy just the sweet bells. It's just a joy to actually see the hot peppers grow just because they look so unique. So yeah, I'm just taking a few minutes and harvesting the abundance here in this garden bed. So now I'm looking at something interesting that I find on one of my bell pepper plants, and I had never seen this in my garden before, y'all. It was gross. I don't like bugs, but check this out. I found a tomato hornworm that had been infected, I guess, with the parasitic wasp eggs. It was so gross. Now this tomato hornworm had already passed on, but I have never seen, parasitic wasp eggs on any of the tomato hornworms that I have found in the past. It was fascinating that nature does that, but I was thoroughly grossed out. Literally in the video just said, it's so gross. I took it in to show Jason. I took pictures to send to my mom because she's also a gardener. But I was so grossed out. And now you can see Harley stealing from the harvest bowl, which I don't mind because he's a sweet puppy, and whatever brings him joy also brings me joy. And y'all, now I'm a little intimidated to continue harvesting the bell peppers because that tomato hornworm just kind of gave me the ick. But I did finish the harvest of all the peppers. Harley's begging for more of the harvest. He's such a cutie. But yeah, I just continue to harvest everything that I could find. And I definitely looked for more, but that is the only hornworm that I found so far in my garden. I have found evidence, but that was the actual only one I have found so far. Knock on wood. But yeah, he's cute. He's still a little beggar. But we got a lot of peppers harvested today. And I was very pleased. The garden is still very bountiful, producing like crazy. But yeah, have any of y'all ever seen parasitic wasp eggs on tomato hornworms before? I kind of hope I don't see it again in my garden, but at the same time, I know that that's just how nature works, and it's a good balance to have in the garden. So y'all, I got a huge bowl of peppers, and it is literally overflowing. Can y'all see that? Probably my biggest harvest, pepper harvest to date. Um, but I noticed that the mosquitoes are starting to bite. Oh, yep, I just killed one right there. Yeah, gross. But I want to thank y'all for joining me today as I harvested all the peppers and played with Harley and did all the fun things. I'll see y'all next time. And again, this is Emily from Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. See y'all next time. Bye, y'all.